Welcome to Bits of History. My name is Lee Pileski, President of the Resurrection Bay Historical Society. This bit of history is about the Pioneer Hospital, Seward's first hospital, opened by Dr. Joseph H. Romig in 1911. The September 9, 1911 Seward Weekly Gateway reported that Dr. Romig had purchased the Cameron House on 3rd Avenue, and Brocious and Noon had a force of men engaged in repairing and overhauling the premises. The house had originally been built in 1905 by J.B. Cameron, construction engineer of the Alaska Central Railway. It was one of several houses built on 3rd between Jefferson and Madison by officers of the Alaska Central. Dr. Romig came to Alaska as a Moravian medical missionary in 1896. He moved to San Francisco in 1905 but lost everything in the 1906 earthquake. He returned to Alaska in 1909, living at Nushagak in southwest Alaska. He was superintendent of schools and physician for the Bureau of Indian Education, Southwestern. He was also the doctor for the Nushagak Salmon Cannery, U.S. Commissioner, that is, Justice of the Peace, and later put in charge of the reindeer industry in western Alaska. He resigned from the Indian Service in 1911 and moved to Seward. The hospital opened on October 13, 1911. The October 14th Seward Weekly Gateway reported, "Many attended the formal opening of the Pioneer Hospital last night and were shown throughout the building by Dr. Joseph H. Romig, the physician in charge, and Mrs. Romig." The newspaper gave a description of the hospital. "The operating room is a model of neatness and cleanliness, equipped with all the instruments and adjuncts necessary. There is a ward room containing 3 beds, another, not quite completed, to contain a like number, a private room, a room for the attending nurse, a drug room, a large setting and reception room, and a kitchen." The account continues. "After viewing the premises, the guests gathered in a big reception room and whiled the hours away in conversation and music. Refreshments of ice cream, cakes, coffee, and cigars were served. To the several young bachelors present, Dr. Romig promised to procure the services of a beautiful young lady as a trained nurse, and the arrival of the steamers will be eagerly awaited. See if the doctor makes good." In the same issue of the newspaper, this advertisement for the hospital appeared. As you can see, hospital rates have gone up a bit since 1911. Dr. Romig operated the hospital until 1915, when a new, larger hospital was built. It was managed by the Sisters of St. Joseph and was located on the current site of Sacred Heart Catholic Church. But as the saying goes, that is another story. Dr. Romig continued to practice medicine in Seward until 1922, when he moved to Fairbanks and later Anchorage. Upon retirement, he moved to Colorado. He died in 1951. The building in which his hospital was located is still standing. It is now a private residence. Thank you for listening to this bit of history. Remember, to learn more about Seward's interesting past, visit the Seward Museum, located at the corner of 3rd and Jefferson, just down the street from the Pioneer Hospital.